On this episode of Under the Radar Michigan, we're in Kalamazoo for a special building and some special people. We'll also learn a food dance and go to an old dog to learn some new tricks from a real mixologist. Then we head to Milford for a market that's so nice you'll want to move next door. You'll also see how to make your home your own and find out where all the locals go to eat, drink, and connect. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make Michigan a great place to be.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities. Also by the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. The Komen Race for the Cure series raises significant funds and awareness in the fight against breast cancer, celebrates breast cancer survivorship, and honors those who have lost their battle with the disease. More info at komen.org. And by the Brides Project, a charitable bridal shop specializing in high-quality donated gowns. All proceeds help families touched by cancer at the Cancer Support Community of Greater Ann Arbor. Learn more at thebridesproject.org. And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar Michigan. You know, I usually do my stand-up standing out in front of the places we feature, but, well, it's raining out today, and I didn't want my mustache to get frizzy. So I'm in the luxurious Kalamazoo house here in downtown Kalamazoo. Yes, I am.
The Kalamazoo House Historic Bed and Breakfast is one of my favorite places to stay, and Kalamazoo is one of my favorite cities in Michigan. And for good reason. It's a place that's known for its art, innovation, and friendly people. And the downtown is full of history, classic architecture, and a great variety of places to eat, drink, and even think. And Western Michigan University and Kalamazoo College give this town a constant positive energy and creative vibe. Kalamazoo is located in southwest Lower Michigan, just 2 hours west of Detroit and 1 hour south of Grand Rapids. Meanwhile, back inside.
So what do you call it when you help beautify a city, preserve history, and create great new housing for people with special needs? Well, here in Kalamazoo, they call it the Rickman House.
Let's face it, some folks in our world just need a little extra help. And at the Rickman House, people with special needs are given a place to live with both dignity and a great sense of place in their community. Michelle Jackson is the Executive Director of Housing Resources, Inc., and she's got a heart as big as the difference this place is making in so many people's lives.
You know, I always say on the show that you have to save buildings like this because they'll never build them like this again.
Absolutely.
What was the Rickman House originally?
It was the Rickman Hotel, or Hotel Rickman. There used to be a huge sign on the building.
Really?
So in 1907, started planning for it, opened in 1908, advertised as the most fireproof hotel there was, glad that there was electricity powering it and cold and hot water in every unit. So it was quite the place in its day.
But the transformation, was it specifically for special needs people?
Absolutely. Affordable housing is crucial, and specifically permanent housing, so that people who were in psychiatric institutions didn't need to live there anymore. They could be living in permanent housing in the communities in which they grew up and were raised, with dignity and respect in a beautiful space.
What do you think this means to this part of the city and to this community?
I think it's very important, just the vibrancy that it brings. Obviously the structure is phenomenal and the architecture, but it means a lot to this community to have this, especially as permanent housing. These are less people that are on the streets or transitioning from hospitals or other places.
Terry Durian is just one of the people who live and thrive in this beautiful and safe environment.
You really like living here?
Yes. For a lot of reasons, too. I mean, I like that they're staffed 24/7. It helps me to feel safe. I know when I have a hard time, I can come down and talk to somebody. And if I'm having a hard time, they can always get a worker that can come over and assist me.
You're very lucky.
Yes, very much so, yes.
You should see my house. You're very lucky. What's in the future for this place?
The future is this is permanent housing. So right now we are full. We've been full for a number of months, and we continue to provide support services to the people that live here. It's a place for people to come in common areas and relax. There are support groups and activities that happen for the people that live here. We are all about the maintenance of this building and keeping it as fresh and new as we can with that historic aspect.
I was lucky enough to spend a few quality minutes with building old-timer Clifford Beverly. He's a gentleman through and through, and we talked and laughed about this great old building and about the great new place he has to live.
Clifford, right?
Yeah.
Should I call you Cliff or Clifford?
You can call me Clifford.
How long you been living in this building?
Off and on, I've been living here about 43 years.
43 years? That's back when I had my full head of hair.
Yeah.
You like it here?
I love it here.
Yeah. You can live in safety, in dignity, in a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And everybody deserves that.
I'm 83 years old, and I cook for myself. I clean for myself.
Do you cook and clean for yourself?
Yes.
You're doing better than I am. We should, well, you know, I'll have to taste your food, but mine's pretty interesting.
It's times like these that really make you appreciate the human spirit and what people are willing to do for each other. Every town should have a Rickman house.
You know, I've heard of the moon dance, the victory dance. I've even heard of the enchantment under the sea dance. But food dance? That's one I'd like to learn.
Now don't worry, guys, you're not gonna have to dance, because Food Dance is actually a restaurant. That's right, we're gonna eat. And if you're looking for one of the people who helped invent the whole farm to fork movement here in Michigan, Julie Stanley just might be your mother of invention. She's been serving fresh and buying local since way before it was cool.
Every time I think I've become a foodie, I hear a new word or a new spice or a dish I'd never heard of. I understand, you're a locavore? What is a
Actually, I won an
locavore?
award for locavore of the town or something.
What is a
Yes.
locavore?
Somebody that eats within 100 miles of their
So, all local.
geographic, yes.
Oh, gotcha, okay. I wasn't sure what that meant. A lot of chefs have embraced the whole farm to fork movement.
Right,
But you were one of the people who helped start that whole thing.
right. So in the 80s, when I was here after college and I decided to, cook because I could do that kind of okay, I always bought from the farmer's market. It just made sense. And then when we started Food Dance in '94, it was just normal for me to just, why would I want to buy from people I didn't know?
Well, you've got an intimate relationship with all of your farmers.
Yeah.
And I went to your website. Your website is a foodie fun land, too. I mean, and you've got all your suppliers listed on your website.
Yeah. I mean, we've known them for years and watched them grow, and it's really fun.
Things have gotten so different from when we were kids because
Yeah.
my food all came out of a box or wrapped in cellophane.
It's because you're the same generation,
Right.
maybe.
And I didn't know where it came from, and I didn't
Right.
care, but now we all care, and I think it's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah, I hope so.
Behind every great restaurateur is a great chef, and executive chef Rob Hammond is dancing behind the scenes to create masterpieces for your mouth using what's available locally.
I noticed a lot of chefs wear white, but you're wearing black. Does that mean you're like a fourth degree chef?
Yes, about 3 years ago, I moved from purple belt to black coat, and so I'm certified.
I wouldn't know
something.
the difference. I gotta ask you, other than hunger, where do you get your inspiration for the stuff that you make?
Well, it's all around us. I mean, when we go to a farm or when I go to the farmer's market, those are the types of things that we really try to drive what we serve here at Food Dance.
Is it a challenge for you as a chef to cook with mostly local ingredients?
It is in the winter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause we're just coming out of winter right now.
Yeah, being in Michigan, I mean, we've turned a turnip every way we know how. And, our guests are very, comfortable with us cooking rutabagas and turnips and beets and potatoes all through the winter because we do source those locally still. So it is a challenge in the winter, but it's also can be overwhelming in August and September because you have 70 varieties of, things growing.
Well, you guys were doing this before it was chic, before it was cool,
We
before
were.
there was a movement.
Yeah, we even had people tell us, don't even mention where the food comes from because nobody cares about it, But, it's come full circle, and so is Food Dance.
People from far and wide put Food Dance on their dance card, and they had no trouble telling us why.
What do you love about this restaurant?
I really like that it always has cool things in the bakery. I like that they make it super duper tasty.
Don't worry, grown-ups like it too.
I think that there's a great community feel when you come in here.
I know you've heard a lot about the fabulous food they have here, but it is the best community, local neighborhood place to hang out, sit at a wonderful bar, and get to enjoy great food and drink.
What do you think about me? Don't say it. I know what you're thinking. Don't even say it.
So whether you're a little kid or a big kid, if you can't dance, don't worry about it. At Kalamazoo's Food Dance, they'll do all the dancing for you. And believe me, they know a step or two.
You know, sometimes your bartender can be the wisest person in your life. Well, you're about to meet one whose mantra is eat, drink, and be Michigan. Sounds pretty wise to me.
Now, if you want to find a great bartender, you gotta start with a great bar. And the Old Dog Tavern is one of those places that no matter how much you drink, you'll never forget it. It's relaxed, raw, real, and the right place to be if you want great music, awesome food, and laid-back friends. Sean Smith put his heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears into this historic building, and he loves the give back he gets.
This place has more character than most characters I know. How did you give this place the feel it's got?
I think I owe it to the craftsmen that built it 125 or how many years ago it is.
What kind of people come here? Besides characters?
Full realm, you know, nice college kids, adults. We try to keep it light and airy.
I noticed there's a mustache theme here too. Is that because you got a mustache?
I think it just came on. I've had a mustache for most of my life.
So have I.
I don't like, and
I must admit, you got a nicer mustache than I got.
Oh, I don't know. Yours fits.
It fits?
One of those things, yeah.
It's part of my face now. It's part of my character.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about owning a place like this?
You see people from the community you know that come in and they work hard all week and they get to enjoy the benefits of their wage.
That's true. This is the kind of place you sit down, you have a Michigan beer, and connect with another guy that's got a great mustache.
That's right.
Well, here we go. Hold on to your swizzle stick and get ready to get your Michigan drink on, because I'm about to get schooled by the mighty mixologist, the elixir fixer herself, the one and only Angie Jackson.
So is making drinks like your X-Men power?
That is what I do best. I create liquid art using all Michigan ingredients, pure Michigan distillery spirits as well. We fresh squeeze juices, house-made syrups, sourced locally, doing seasonally fresh beverage programs.
Sourcing locally.
With Angie Jackson, you don't just get a tasty cocktail, you get an education, a great show, and a genuine sense of community.
She has brought the art and the craft of the spirit to Kalamazoo, and it's just very exciting, and it's wonderful to see the changes in Kalamazoo and the changes in Old Dog.
You know, it's a Monday, it's a long day at work, and I come in, and she's smiling behind the bar, she's mixing fresh, great local stuff, and it's refreshing, and it's a nice night out.
She's the most pleasant bartender you could ever wish to have.
Okay, let's do some drinking. I mean, why don't you show me what you do?
What we've done, I spent 13 years in Chicago, and it was time for me to move home and bring my craft home. Being from Kalamazoo, we felt it was absolutely appropriate that we had a signature cocktail. This is Kalamazoo's signature cocktail called I've Got a Gal, which actually uses Journeyman Distillery. This is organic whiskey that is made in Three Oaks, Michigan, and it is not aged. It's only barrel aged for 24 hours just to smooth it out a little bit. It's bold, it's confident, it's a little sweet with a little spice, just like all gals from Kalamazoo.
Let's hear it for the ladies. Can I be your lovely assistant?
Absolutely, let's do it.
So thanks to Angie, at the Old Dog, I learned some new tricks. And I also learned that no matter where you come from, when you're in Kalamazoo, they make you feel like you belong.
All right, good morning. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our segment on Kalamazoo, because I sure did. And it's not really raining outside. I just like it here. More coffee, please. If you're looking for a nice town and you like nice towns, I got just the town for you. It's a nice town. Trust me.
Nice is the word, and Milford is the town. It's one of those rare places that feels like home, even your first time here. The downtown is full of great shops and cool restaurants, and you're surrounded on all sides by awesome green space and beautiful historic neighborhoods and homes. Milford is located in southeast Lower Michigan, just south of M59, halfway between Pontiac and Howell. To get a real feel for Milford's overall niceness, I spent some quality time with Ann Barnett from the DDA.
How long have you lived in Milford?
Well, actually, my family moved here when I was 6 months old, and I left town when I was about 19, moved out west, studied architecture and urban design, and came back in 93.
It's the yo-yo effect. So many people, we all do it. We all go away and realize, oh my gosh, it was wonderful back there.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because I remember thinking, boy, I got to get out of this place. And I started studying cities and small towns, and all of the good examples were here. And when I got back here, I realized this is really kind of the center of my life, and I jumped right in, and I love it.
What gives Milford its personality? What's so special about this town?
I really believe every town has its own soul. And Milford, when you're here, you know that you're in someone's home. I'm not sure I can describe it, actually.
That's okay, I think I got it.
Okay, good.
I think we connected somehow. You know, there are markets and there are markets, but if you want to go to a market, check out this market. One walk through Collis Aunties Market and you'll wish you lived right down the street. It's old world wonderful and goes way beyond just being a market. Just ask Ken Snook. He came here years ago as a butcher and loved the place so much, he bought it. The torch was handed on to you.
Yes.
You took over this place from the Collis Aunties.
Yeah. Mr. Ron Colisani started the store in 1979 and built it. It was a little roadside stand, and through the years grew. And 1992, I think it was, we moved in here with him. He invited us down.
Because you're a butcher by trade.
I'm a butcher by trade. We started in '79 also and merged together. It was a great thing. And then 5 years ago, he decided he just had enough, and we were honored to carry on the tradition.
Now, if you think Collis Aunties is your average ordinary market, well, it is. That is, if your average ordinary market is part grocery store, part nursery, part zoo, part school, part parrot sanctuary, and even a bigger part of your community. Now, you described this place a minute ago as being the Cheers of markets?
Yeah, it's the Cheers of markets. Everybody kind of knows everybody. You come in here, you relax, have a cup of coffee, shop. You meet your neighbors a lot of times, people you haven't seen in a long time, and certainly on a Sunday after church is a big deal. Everybody comes up here and they have their coffee and walk around and shop and spend some customers hours here just chatting with people and shopping.
As homey and comfortable as this place is, it's still a big operation.
Absolutely.
You must employ a lot of people.
Yes. We have 8 departments, 8 managers, and then we have 70 employees. And our winter season go up to over 100 in the summertime with the greenhouse. So, yeah, it's a big employer, actually, in the scheme of things anymore.
What do you think a place like this means to the surrounding area?
Well, hopefully it means that small business is such a disappearing thing anymore. We're really community. You know, we support our community. They support us. It really is a wonderful thing.
It's not like going to the grocery store, one of the big box stores. It's a totally different experience.
Correct. And that's what people really enjoy about the store.
There's so many things here. It's just, I'm confused.
Well, you shouldn't be confused. Just come on out and enjoy.
So whether you're looking for something for your yard, your home, your heart, your head, or your stomach, Collis Aunties Market won't disappoint. The only disappointment might be the fact that, well, you don't live right down the street. Now, if you're looking for a place that's got cool stuff for your place, I got just the place. If you're into funky, cool, eclectic, and creative interiors, place this place on your list. It's called Your Nesting Place, and owner Chris Meredith is helping put personality back into the places people live. I understand that you have a black belt in feng shui.
Kinda.
Kinda, sorta?
Kinda, sorta.
Well, I like when I talked to you on the phone and you described the look that you get from some people when they come in the store.
Right, deer in the headlights. They're freaked out. They walk in the door and they kind of look at me like, go in a quick circle and go, see ya, and walk out the door. So I'm like, all right, they didn't get it, that's fine.
Well, what you do is really funky and eclectic, and like, this isn't new furnishings. You actually find stuff.
It's a mix and match. There's, you know, it depends on the time of year, 60% new, maybe 40% vintage. And the vintage things, we rehash. They're completely trashed, and we rebuild them, and then we get some paint and some funky knobs and wallpaper and, you know, make them a little crazy. So they're art pieces in your home, so everything looks collected, not like you walked into a furniture showroom and bought the whole setting.
Where do you find some of this stuff?
You know, it's an ongoing battle. I do a lot with some pickers in Detroit. in Ann Arbor, Dearborn, anytime we go on vacation, my kids know if it's a road trip and there's something on the side of the road or a flea market or, you know, a place that has a bunch of junk in the yard, we're gonna stop. So.
Well, how do you know when you've got something that you can make a room out of?
I don't know. It's a total intuition. I just know.
Now, your philosophy is you create a roomscape, as you put it, which sounds kind of majestic, like I'm going to do a hike from the dining room into the kitchen
Right,
now.
but it's
but
not.
Explain that philosophy.
Really what I want it to look like is you've traveled over the years and collected all these neat things, and this room tells a story. And so when people come over and so forth, you say, yeah, well, I got this at the really great store, and she got it from downtown Detroit, from this home, and you know, just so much better, much more conversational, interesting. Nobody else has it. That's the other thing, that I really don't want anyone else to have what I have, and I don't want that for my clients either. So I don't redo a design, I don't redo a piece. You buy it here, you'll know you're the only one that has that. It's kind of
That's kind of cool.
neat. Yeah, right.
Well, like you said, it gives your house personality, and nobody else, you don't look like the next house, looks like the next house, looks like the next house. How long have you been in Milford?
The store's been in Milford 19 years. I've only owned it for 11.
I was going to say, yeah, you would have been like 3 or something.
Yeah, right. But I moved here from another community and just didn't have a downtown, and I really wanted a downtown.
You know, so much of the state is people are reclaiming and reconnecting with downtowns. It's like they want to be a part of something.
They do.
And to live out in the burbs, which it's nice, but it's just nice to be connected to a center and have that sense of place and that, you know, where you can connect with people.
I think that's a huge part of Milford. You walk down the street, you say hello to people, you know who people are. You have to go to the grocery store a little bit pulled together because you're bound to run into, you know, everyone you know. But it's nice, and it feels comfortable.
So next time you're in Milford searching for that certain something to make your home a little different, your nesting place is certainly something you should consider. You know, at the heart of every house is the kitchen. I know it is at my house. It is at this house, too. Every community needs a gathering place. And if that gathering place just happens to be a restaurant that serves homemade food, well, bonus. 3 generations of the Sinicola family have worked hard to turn the Milford house into the go-to place for comfort food, comfortable surroundings, and a place where the locals connect.
The atmosphere and the people that are here, they're very appreciative of us and us of them.
Coming here, at the end of the day, I always leave feeling better than I did coming in.
People are just always friendly and hospitable, you know, and it's just great.
Perry Sinicola has worked hard to turn this place into the place to be. And his philosophy is pretty simple. Whenever I have a family gathering, everybody seems to congregate in the kitchen. Just like in any community, it seems people all like to congregate at restaurants. And a lot of people like this place.
It's been a focal point since 2000.
But your family's been in the restaurant business forever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I grew up in it when I was young, with my mom and dad running the business in town, and it's just kind of stuck in my blood.
What do you think this place means to the community?
I think it's quality. People realize when you offer quality for a good price and a great atmosphere, I think it all pays off.
What keeps you in Milford? What do you love about this community?
The overall support of the residents. And it's a great town to do business in. As far as everybody's pretty tight-knit community. It's very tight-knit. You know, and everybody knows pretty much everybody in town. Like old Main Street, USA.
This is a real family affair. I mean, you've got your daughters here, you're here, and your mom's in the kitchen. She makes the meatballs?
Yep, nobody makes better meatballs or minestrone than she does.
You know, she told me that as I came in, and I believe her. Well, enough talking with the owner. Time to talk to the boss, Perry's mom, Maria. She's totally Italian awesome, and the reason the meatballs here are so man, am I gonna make a mess. So, you only make the Italian stuff here. You make the minestrone soup, you make the meatballs,
that's all.
and that's it.
Well, that's all he makes me do, yeah.
Everybody needs to specialize nowadays. That's your specialty.
That's right.
You know, making meatballs is fun, but I sure wish I had some done ones to taste. Oh!
Right here. See, you don't have to go too far.
These look incredible. Now, I taste one on camera. These are the hazards of having a mustache and eating on camera.
Oh,
look
that's
over there.
right. No. They're good? Oh.
That's a meatball. but don't tell my wife, but those are really good.
No, I won't tell your wife, no.
No, yeah.
Because I don't know your wife, that's right.
That's okay. The Milford House is all about family and community. And with Perry and his mom Maria at the heart of it all, you can't help but feel at home here. And the same goes for the great town of Milford. I can't wait to come back.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities. And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at BIGGBY.com.